lady thank you for that rousing standing ovation of one. Thank you so much. I'm just so excited to be here at the glorious Juice Pourrir. Is that not how you say it? You probably think because of my rusty French I've never been to Montreal before, but I have. I came here once before, and I've got to tell you, I don't really remember much. Let's just say that I more than sampled the local hospitality. Luckily, I made sure to get plenty of pictures, so I am able to share with you my lost weekend in Montreal. I can tell you're all very excited about this. Well, the first thing I wanted to do when I came to town was take in an Expos home game. But it turned out to be less than a Montreal-style experience than I expected. After a day or two, I realized that something went horribly wrong. So I was like, no, take me to that, because I speak English with a French accent. No, take me to that place in Montreal, you know, where they toss around balls. You know, where they swing. So I ended up here. That was way too much of a Montreal experience for me. So I decided that I'd do the typical tourist tour of Montreal. I visited the old port. I went to the lookout at Mount Royal. And what trip would be complete without reenacting Celine Dion's wedding? My neck is still hurting from that headpiece. Not to mention the honeymoon. Well, along the way, the locals kept telling me, Kelly, you're in Montreal, you've got to go to Schwartz's. Open all night? I think not. They didn't even let me in. By then I was getting thirsty, so I headed over to the world-famous Peel Pub. I wanted to try a local Labatt beer, and everyone said I should drink 50. Now, 50 American beers is usually no problem for me. But with these, I actually got a little tipsy. So I decided to take a walk, and it was so weird. I felt like Harry Potter because I was being followed around by this creepy owl that kept showing up on every street corner. It really, really unnerved me. So I had another 50. Now, I have to admit, things got a little blurry from that point on. I know at one point I went back to the Schwartz's. But then disaster struck. I lost my traveler's checks. I was alone in a strange town with no hope and no money. So I borrowed a few bucks from some guy off the street. He was very nice. What a relief to have spending money again. So I celebrated with another 50. That's when things started to get really out of control, because I met this smooth-talking guy. At first I was put off because he was a little bit hairy, but one look in those big brown eyes and I mean, sure, he was strange looking, but I haven't experienced a big O like that one in years. As you can see, my trip had been so wild, too wild. I felt I needed sanctuary. So I asked anyone, everyone, where do Canadians go for for spiritual renewal. I have one last question. Is this what they mean when they say roll up the rim? And that was my Montreal Lost Weekend. Thank you.